let's take a look at this from Pro Football Focus. This is kind of interesting. Early roster rankings for the 2023 season. Eagles 1, Niners 2, Bengals 3, Browns down at 14. Biggest strength in 2023 for the Browns, they say, offensive line. Biggest weakness in 2023, they say the defensive line, and you see the additions there. Biggest X factor for 2023, Deshaun Watson. And when you look at that, I think all of those are fair, and this roster is a playoff roster, provided Deshaun Watson is the kind of quarterback that they traded all the picks for and gave all the money to.
It comes down strictly to Deshaun Watson. Yes, you need to upgrade the defense, and they've added some defensive linemen, a new defensive coordinator in Jim Schwartz. But let's be honest, this team is going to go as far as Deshaun Watson takes them. The most important position in all of sports, I don't care if it's baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, whatever, it's the quarterback in football. And they went out of their way to give him $230 million guaranteed. Even though Lamar Jackson got more overall money, he didn't get as much guaranteed. So in the Browns' eyes, this is the best quarterback in all of football, and they overpaid him maybe to bring him here. 6 games last year after the off-the-field issues and everything like that, he goes 3-3. He can't be a 500 quarterback for the Browns this season. He needs to win 10, 11 games, get them to the playoffs, and then go from there. So it comes down to the relationship, I think, between Kevin Stefanski and Deshaun Watson and what he can do with this offense.
Agree with you wholeheartedly. And when you look at this roster, it's not far behind the elite rosters in the NFL. And every year we thought the roster was good, but there's going to be some interesting position battles to make the 53-man roster this year that weren't there the past couple of years.
I look at this roster on paper as good as any team in the AFC North for sure. And David, they haven't won an AFC North title ever, right? Since it went from the AFC Central to the AFC North, the Browns have never won the AFC North. You got to go back to the Central Division. I think 88 or 89 is the last time they won a division championship. So the key here for the Browns, the path to the playoffs, is winning the division. And in the division, when you look at the rosters on paper, Steelers, Bengals, Ravens, Browns, their roster on paper is as good as anybody's in the division. Now, can that translate to the field? And again, we go back to Deshaun Watson, right? He's the leader of this team. How far can he take this team with the offense? He's got weapons around him. They addressed the wide receiver room this offseason in a trade, free agency, in the draft. You've got the best running back, I think, in all of the National Football League in Nick Chubb, and arguably one of the best offensive lines for sure in the NFL. So offensively, they should be able to put points on the board. And will they have to outscore their opponents? Of course they have to outscore their opponent. That's John Madden 101. Boom, there it is, right? Score one more point than your opponent. But what I mean by that is if they're high-scoring games, can the offense do that, right? The defense, you hope, makes strides. But if it's not one of the elite defenses in the league, do you have the offense that can get you 28 or 31 points a game to offset maybe what the defense doesn't accomplish? So do I expect the defense to be better? Yes. Do I expect Myles Garrett to have a big year with Jim Schwartz as his defensive coordinator? Yes, but I still go back to the offense, and it's going to come down to can this team outscore the Bengals, the Steelers, the Ravens, and then we'll find out later tonight with the schedule release about all the games, where they're playing on the road, at home, and what the schedule breaks down and looks like.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And the queen, the king, if you're playing chess, is that quarterback. And so right. You've got Joe Burrow, you've got Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Watson has to be mentioned in the same breath as those guys if this team's going to achieve it.